Innovation and collaboration can often be seen as business buzzwords, but creating new products does happen faster in environments that encourage creative thinkers to work together. Joining us now is Blake Krueger. He is the Chairman, President, and CEO of Wolverine Worldwide. Blake, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
It's great to be here.
First off, give me a sense of how you perceive the business climate here in Michigan, how it's changed and how we stack up around the rest of the country.
Listen, I think the business climate here is good, it's solid, pretty much like the rest of the country. We've seen the last 4 years, frankly, Michigan rise from probably being 49th or 50th on virtually every list to creeping up towards average now. So we've had a population is growing again in Michigan. There's lots of happening in the Detroit urban center. There's lots of things happening in outstate Michigan. So the Business Leaders for Michigan organization that I've been a part of since it was formed in 2009 is intently focused on making Michigan a top 10 state again.
Well, in this part of the state, southeastern Michigan, we focus a lot on the auto industry and its upswing. You're out in western Michigan, there's automotive there, but there are a lot of other things too. You're in the shoe business, and we got, of course, furniture and medicine and what have you out there. Are those industries participating equally in this comeback?
I would say so. As we all know, the automotive industry and the suppliers to the big car companies have had a very good last 3 or 4 years. But we have an aging population, so anything connected with medicine, with medical research, with disease, that has also been a keen growth area for the state. We happen to be in footwear. We market and sell 100 million pair of footwear every year in 200 countries and territories around the world. So we tend to take not just a Michigan view, not just a United States view of the global economy. We tend to view our world as being the entire world.
And looking at the success of businesses across the state of Michigan, sometimes collaboration can be a bit of a dirty word because you're competing with other companies, but you're doing actually something on the west side of the state called Grid 70, where there's a lot of creative collaboration with different companies. Explain that.
Yeah, I think it first of all starts with an understanding that collectively the business community and the community as a whole has got to focus in today's world on your urban cores. The millennial generation, certainly my kids are different than me. They have different attitudes, they have different priorities, different approaches to work, and they're interested in working in a dynamic, vibrant urban environment. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. So Grid 70 came about because of an informal organization on the west side of the state made up of CEOs and some community leaders trying to focus on, we call ourselves informally the What's Next Committee, what's next for Grand Rapids. So we've got a lot of projects, but we have tended to focus on the urban environment in Grand Rapids. And Grid 70 came about simply because we have a heritage for design, whether it's office furniture, whether it's the footwear industry, many other. We have a heritage for design in West Michigan that we've never capitalized on, never trumpeted. And so we brought together 4 very different companies, none of which are direct competitors: Amway, Meyer, Wolverine Worldwide, and Steelcase. But not direct competitors, but all companies that have future-thinking teams of people that are focused on what is the future going to hold 5 years out, 10 years out? How are people's food tastes? How are people going to want to work? So we brought teams from those different industries together at a single location in a pretty open work environment so that they could have happy accidents, intermingle with each other, learn a little bit here. Oh, what do you think? You know, how does the work environment 10 years out, how is that going to impact footwear? It's been a very interesting experiment, very useful experiment, because it's fundamentally real jobs for real people and real companies.
All right, Blake Krueger, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks very much.